Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? En la práctica del día de hoy vamos a utilizar otra modalidad de preguntas. Son las mismas preguntas, pero te las vamos a elaborar en forma diferente para que no te acostumbres siempre a escucharlas de la misma manera y estés bien preparado para el día de tu entrevista. Estas preguntas que vamos a utilizar a continuación son preguntas que nos han compartido personas en los en vivos que hacemos en Instagram. Por si no lo sabías, en nuestra cuenta de Instagram citizens_ahora vienen personas a contarnos en videos en vivos cómo fueron sus experiencias y nos comparten muchos detalles. Además que si te gustaría participar en una clase o una práctica personalizada, encontrarás los detalles en la cuenta de Instagram, citizens_ahora. Para este video no voy a incluir letras, pues lo que quiero es que ejercites tu oído y también tu pronunciación. Las letras se van a convertir en una distracción para este tipo de videos en los que estamos practicando. Si algo no entendiste, no te preocupes. El día lunes 29 de marzo voy a subir un video traduciendo todas estas preguntas y mostrándote cómo puedes responder. Si no te quieres perder ese video, recuerda, suscríbete y enciende la campana. Muy bien amigos, sin nada más que decir, comencemos con la práctica del día de hoy. Mucha suerte. Please come in, put your stuff next to the chair and remain standing. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm that the statements you will give and provide today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Please take a seat. Do you understand what you just did? Yes, you just promised to tell the truth. Do you know the requirements to be a U.S. citizen? Thank you. Do you have your ID with you? Can I see it? Thank you. Do you have your green card with you? Do you also have your passport? Can I see them? Thank you. In what month and year you become a permanent resident? Can you please give me all the names you have used in the past? Do you want to change your name? Please give me your date of birth. How old are you? Where were you born? Do you have other nationalities? What is your social security number? What is your height and your weight? Do you still have the same address? Okay, can you please give me your address? Thank you. What do you do for a living? And how long have you been doing this? What kind of job did you have back in your country? How many trips have you taken out of the United States in the past 5 years? Since you sent your application, have you traveled again? When When was the last time that you traveled out of the United States? Can you please give me the day that you depart from the United States? And what date you came back? So this trip was for how many days? And what was the purpose of this trip? Any of these trips were more than 6 months. Okay, are you married? How many times have you been married? Were you married back in your country? What's your spouse's name and last name? Can you spell your spouse's last name? Is your spouse a U.S. citizen? What's your spouse's date of birth? Has your spouse been married before? Do you have any children under 18 years old? Are all your children living with you? Are all your children U.S. citizens? Are all your children your biological children? Okay. Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen? Can you please tell me in Spanish what I just asked you? Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen? Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election? Have you ever voted in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Please explain to me why you can vote. Thank you. Do you now have or that you ever had inheritance title in order of nobility from any foreign country? Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or confined into a mental institution? Do you owe any federal, state, or local taxes? When was the last time that you filed your taxes? Usually when you file your taxes, do you have to pay taxes or you receive a refund? Do you file your taxes by yourself or with your spouse? Since you become a lawful permanent resident, have you ever not filed your taxes? How did you become a permanent resident? Have you ever been a member of or any way associated with any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, society, or similar group in the United States or in other location in the world? Okay. Have you ever been a communist? Have you ever been a terrorist? Have you ever been a totalitarian? Have you ever advocated the overthrow of any government by force or violence? Have you ever persecuted any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? Between March 23, 1933 and May 8, 1945, did you work for, associate in any way with the Nazi government of Germany? Have you ever been involved with genocide, with torture, badly hurting or trying to hurt a person on purpose, killing or trying to kill someone, forcing or trying to force someone to have any kind of sexual contact or relation, not letting someone practice his or her religion? Were you ever a member of, or that you ever served in any way with any of the following? Military unit, paramilitary unit, police unit, self-defense unit, vigilant unit, rebel group, guerrilla group, militia, insurgent organization. Do you understand what a militia is? Can you please explain to me what a militia is? Thank you. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, soldier, or do you otherwise ever serve in a prison or jail? In a prison camp, a detention facility, a labor camp, any other place where people were forced to stay? Okay. What is a prison camp? Okay. Have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? Have you ever been ordered, removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? Have you ever been placed in removal, exclusion, or deportation proceedings? Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Okay. Have you ever received any type of military or paramilitary weapons training? Did you not receive a military training back in your country? Okay. Did you ever ask, sign up, or require, or use any person under 15 years of age to serve in or help in armed force or group? Did you ever use any person under 15 years of age to do anything to help or support people in combat? Have you ever committed, assisted in, committed, or attempted to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason? Do you understand what cited is? Thank you. Have you ever been charged with committed, attempted to commit, or assisted in committing a crime or offense? Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense? Have you ever been placed in alternative sentencing or a rehabilitate program? Have you ever received a suspended sentence, being placed on probation, or being paroled? Have you ever been in prison or jail? How about back in your country? Were you ever in prison or jail in your country? Okay. Have you ever been a habitual drunkard? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian directions? Have you ever been a prostitute or procured anyone for prostitution? Have you ever sold, smuggled, controlled substance, illegal drugs, or narcotics? Have you ever been married to more than one person at the same time? Have you ever married someone in order to obtain immigration benefits? If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? Have you ever gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling? Have you ever failed to support your dependents or pay alimony? Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain a public benefit in the United States? Have you ever given any U.S. government official any information or documentation that was falsifying or misleading? Have you ever lied to any U.S. government official to gain entry or admission into the United States or to gain an immigration benefit while in the United States? Have you ever lied to any U.S. government official? Have you ever tried to enter the United States illegally? Okay. Are you a male who lived in the United States between your 18th and 26th birthday? Okay, now we're going to do the civic test. I'm going to ask you 10 questions and you need to answer correctly at least 6 of them, okay? Where's the Statue of Liberty? What is an amendment? What is the name of the President of the United States now? What does the President's cabinet do? Under our Constitution, some power belongs to the states. What is one power of the states? What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? We elect a U.S. representative for how many years? Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? What is an oath of allegiance? Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? If the law requires that, are you willing to perform non-combat services in the U.S. Armed Forces? Thank you, congratulations, you have approved your citizenship interview. Muy bien, ¿qué te pareció el video? ¿Te diste cuenta que mezclamos algunas preguntas? Si así lo fue, déjalo en los comentarios. No se te olvide seguirnos en nuestra cuenta de Instagram, citizens_ahora. Ve a ver cualquiera de estos 2 videos si no los has visto. Si tienes tu entrevista esta semana, te deseo toda la suerte del mundo. Si no la tienes, aquí seguiremos trabajando duro para que llegues bien preparado para tu entrevista. Nos vemos en el próximo video.